Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, hold on. Let's vibe out real quick, man. Hold up, hold up. Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's vibe out one time before we start the show. Y'all already know what it is. It's TK the poet. You already know it, so you ain't gotta quote it. If I spoke it, you already know what that means. Yeah, I wrote it, man. We're gonna vibe out real quick. Today is Saturday. It feels good. Hey, I'm above ground. I'm living. Hey, y'all see the merch Fortune Life League? Y'all already know what it is. So we're gonna keep it jumping. We're gonna keep it moving. Keep it grooving. We got some really dope poets that's finna get ready. Let me turn this down. Let me talk my ish real quick, man. I got some of the dopest poets finna get ready to bless this platform. We got Shorty Rock, we got OB Knowledge, we got Lady Crucible, we got Lyrical Q. Man, look, talk to them nice. Some of the dopest poets across the United States, man. Dallas, hey, it's dope poets outside of Dallas, man. Shout out to the Triple D. But we got poets all over. So we pulling up, we're gonna talk some good poetry, we're gonna spit some poetry, and we're gonna let y'all know how we feel about the culture. So, um, if y'all didn't know, look, I keep on saying Poetry Life League is going down in July. These are some of the poets that's gonna be in the Poetry Life League. They're gonna be going against each other, one poem versus another poem. We're gonna see who has the dopest poem. You're gonna see what you got. We'll see what your bar's like. So, I want to introduce my first poet to come up on the stage, man. My girl, Shorty Rock, Shorty Rock, Shorty Rock. Hey, what's up with you, Shorty Rock?
Hi, TK. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. How you doing this Saturday?
I'm good.
You good? Okay, okay. Tell the people who you are and where you from, real quick.
My name is Shorty Rock. I am from North Carolina. If you wanted to follow me, you can look for me on YouTube, Poet Shorty Rock. Also on TikTok, Mega Cartoon 80.
Okay, okay, okay. My next poet that I'm bringing up is OB Knowledge, man. I'm bringing up OB Knowledge, the dude that dropped the jewels, man. OB Knowledge. What's going on with you, Obi?
What's going on? How you doing? Rich risings to everybody.
Man, most definitely, man. Tell the people who you are and where you from.
My name is Obi Knowledge, aka Knowledge the Hood Prophet.
Mm.
Um, I'm from Chicago. I reside in Atlanta. You can find me on Facebook under Obi Knowledge. You can find me on Instagram under Verbal Doctrine Productions.
Mm.
Uh, PLS PLS Feral Lifestyle at Instagram.com. You can find me on TikTok at Obi Knowledge. Um uh and you can find me on Fanbase at Obi Knowledge.
Okay, okay. OB Knowledge in the building. My next poet that I'm bringing up is Lady Crucible, man. Shout out to Lady Crucible, man. What's going on?
What it do, poets?
Hey, man. It's a great day for poetry, man. April's coming
Hey.
up. You know what April is, man.
Oh yeah,
National Poet.
you know
You
we
know,
gotta get them 30 days in.
look. We got we gonna run amok on them Thursday. We gonna really show these people what poetry about. But
Oh
tell these
yeah.
people who you are and where you from.
Hey, I'm Lady Crucible. I'm from Chi-Town, Chirac, whatever it is they want to call me.
Mm.
You can find me on TikTok as Poetic Priestess. You can find me
Mm.
on YouTube as Poetic Priestess. Find me on Instagram as Lady Crucible, and you can find me on Facebook as Mia Tony.
Look, shout out, shout out, shout out. Man, the next poet I got up is Lyrical Q, man. We're gonna bring Lyrical Q up to the platform one time, one time. Lyrical Q, what's going on?
Oh,
Oh,
hey, what's going
what's
on?
going on? Hey man,
Nothing.
tell the people who you are and where you from.
Lyrical Q. I am in Keller. I'm
Okay,
in Keller, Texas. Yes.
okay, okay. Shout out to
Uh,
Keller, Texas, man.
yeah. And Lyrical Q on TikTok and Instagram.
Okay, okay, okay. So
Yes, sir.
This is the first time on the platform, man. Since we gonna kick it off proper. We gonna kick it off right. You have to bless the stage with the poet with a poem. You gotta do your thug dizzle, man. Hey, I'm sorry that I put you on the spot, but hey, this is what this show is about.
Talking to me?
Oh, what? Who? Yes, I'm talking to you. Yeah,
Oh,
I need a
okay.
poem out of you. You the
Oh,
newbie on the
yeah.
platform. Gotta. It's tradition. You gotta break us in.
Okay, let me get something real quick. One moment.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. No, you good. You good. Hey, man, say, but I put you on the spot. You didn't know what was gonna happen. It's just you just gotta let it
No,
happen.
I didn't, but you know what? I should have been ready so I could keep from having to get ready.
Talk heavy. Talk heavy. Look. But poet, while we waiting on lyrical cue, man, hey, how y'all feeling this Saturday?
Hey, I've been enjoying the beautiful weather here in Chicago, but kind of scared at the
Mm,
same time because we get 4 seasons in one day up here.
look, look. Hey, you sounding like Texas though. I ain't gonna hold you. You never
They
know
said
what the weather gonna
they,
be.
they said 76 today. I had to step out there, do the old grandma test.
Right.
Oh, okay, it's warm outside today, but that don't
Yeah.
mean that
Look,
don't mean I'm going
Yeah.
out there to play in it because that mean I'm
look,
gonna be sick tomorrow.
look. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, I
Man,
started my day out the same way. I did. I started out my day the same way. It was cold this morning. It was like 40, 50 this morning. And then like it went from 40, 50 to like 75, like in like 2 hours.
mm.
I was like, okay.
Like
Yeah,
so, it's
man. I had to do some yard work today. I took care of the backyard today. Did a little weed eating. Knock down because I enjoyed the winter because I ain't had to go out there and mow the yard and do all the yard work and stuff like that. So I really been loving the winter right now. But now it's starting about to spring up and get back out there. And take care of that yard, man. So lyrical Q, you ready? Are you
Yeah.
ready?
Yes.
Are you ready? Okay.
I'm finna pull it up now.
Okay, okay. Man, look, I'm anticipating, man. Look, see, hey, y'all ready? Y'all ready for to hear what Lyrical Q got?
Y'all making me nervous.
Oh no, no, we gonna hype you up. We gonna hype you up.
lyrical.
We
He
don't want to
definitely,
make
Yes,
you nervous.
super,
We
definitely
hype.
hype.
super
We
ready,
a
honey.
hype man. You know what I'm saying?
Super ready,
I
baby.
appreciate that. I really, really do. Uh, I'm sorry, my what's called running just a little slow.
No, you good. We got the music playing in the background. We vibing today. It's Saturday. Take your shoes off. Get comfortable. If if you want to, take a little indulge in some medicine, go ahead and get your medicine ready, man. We need
Hey,
something to calm us down. So
man,
it's
I sure
cool.
I had mine prepared,
Look, ready, cocked and ready, man.
and locked, loaded,
Look,
and ready.
look, man. As poets, we need this, medicine from the earth to help us with our creativity, man.
Man, cause I be coming up with some creative ass shit when I be smoking, boy.
Look. When I'm medicated, oh yeah, it's some amazing
We
stuff about to happen.
we listen and we don't judge.
Hey, hey.
Listen. Please judge me. I don't care. It is what it is.
We listen and we don't judge.
Orange gelato in the wood. Just saying, just saying.
look, look, man. Hey, your poetry hit different when it hit different. You know what I'm saying?
We listen and we don't judge.
I actually sat one day. It's messed up when you roll a blunt, you sit and you smoke, and then you write about you rolling and smoking the blunt.
Look,
You
look.
Okay.
That
okay? Stop
okay.
cussing.
Okay. So
I
you
don't.
ready? So
Yeah.
look, I'm gonna go ahead and give you the center stage. We're gonna give you the center stage and give you the proper justice that you do. This is lyrical Q. It's on you,
Okay.
lyrical.
All right. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. This piece is entitled "Tears," and I hope that y'all enjoy it. Tears. There's not a tear to my knowledge that burns as bad, cascading down my cheek, trembling knees weak, turning days bleak, as those I release, supplying necessary moisture to the brush that painted the distinct abstract piece we used as the cover art to our book, title read Fin. Only we sabotaged what we had. See, the sound of melodious dripping from these tears was the soundtrack played for our ending credits, an ending that neither of us saw as it slowly crept up and consumed us. A finale where guilt fell on one person's shoulders, we assumed, ignoring that in court both parties are guilty until otherwise presumed. Yet too much hurt and pain was equally dished out for us to be resumed. Once light was shed on what was being shaded, no longer could the closet door be shut, hiding the skeletons that behind it waited, exposing that while we simultaneously both were owners of a set of eyes, eyes whose lids filled to capacity would buckle under pressure, pressure that, like shaken soda, could no longer be contained, which made it hard to refrain the facade we attempted to maintain, as neither of our hearts were drenched in pain, giving way to the necessary liquid release. As if pent up for years, defined as with with no way to sugarcoat it, uncontrollable tears. And
Let's go. Fire, 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 fire.
thank you.
Look,
God, you
look.
talking about you
This
was
is what I'm
nervous.
talking about. Talk
You
about you
nervous for
nervous.
what?
Stop. Cut the
Yeah,
shit, man.
I get a little nervous when I'm speaking in front of other people, but I love to write and I love to share whatever I've written with everybody.
Okay, okay. Man, that was fire. So what made you get into poetry? Let's go ahead and break it in.
OMG. Let's see. Started writing when I was about 9. Because my mother was a writer and she still writes, but not like I do. Um, However, it was like when I realized that it came in handy whenever I was like in my feelings or my imagination was just roaming or whatever the case may be. I realized that all I needed to do was put pen to paper and get it out. It's soothing for me. It's relaxing for me. It is, I don't know, it's everything. Poetry is my first child.
Mm.
Yeah,
And we love our first child.
exactly.
Look. We go to
Exactly.
ends of the earth for our first ones, man.
Indeed.
Look.
Indeed.
So that's pretty dope. How was what was your first poem? Writing your first poem like, or how old
Um,
was you when you wrote your first poem too?
like I said, I was about 9 and I was just I was just putting some words together because in all honesty, like I used to want to rap.
Okay,
I used
okay,
to want
okay.
to rap. So I called myself like just, writing down some bars or whatever like that.
Hmm.
And it was something, it was an assignment that was needed for school. And I was like, I got this. And so I put something down. I read it to my sister and she, got her little input. But OMG, when I turned it in and the feedback that I got and the grade that I got, I was like, oh snap, I got
Mm,
something here. Let me,
mm,
let me continue doing this.
mm,
So, and I did or whatever like that because I think I told you when we spoke, when we first talked about the competition, I was
mm-hmm.
telling you that I had a couple of poems that were published, like when I was in middle school, and one when I was in elementary. We just couldn't afford the books back then.
Right.
But like I was really, really blown away with that because I was
Mm,
like, I'm only a kid, and if I'm only a kid and I'm doing this, then
mm.
what
Talk
what would
heavy.
happen? What would happen when I'm grown? What can I do
Mm,
when I'm grown? So I did start a YouTube page, and it's Lyrical Q also, and no, it's Lyrical Q Poetess, and I started posting videos, trying to come up out of my comfort zone a little bit and make it easier for me to like speak in front of people, like if I'm on stage or like even in this type of platform to ease my nerves and calm my nerves, because I realized that I sound like I'm speaking Spanish half the time if I'm nervous. But if I slow it down and get to the pace that I wrote the poem, you know what I'm saying? Like how it's supposed to flow, then I'm like, I'll get better feedback. And as I grew and taught myself how to do things differently, I noticed the growth in my writing, and I noticed the different feedback because Mike Glenn, I've been knowing him since I was in middle school, and him and my mom used to do spoken word together at open mic night. And it was him and a couple of other people that he worked with that I convinced to let me do the open mic night when I was just a kid. And I fell in love with that scene. I fell in love with it because the feedback I got, they was like, nobody your age should be writing
Man,
on that level.
let's talk about that stage real quick. Look, let's talk about that stage for a little bit. I don't think people understand how much power is on that stage. You know, when you on that stage, people listen to every single word that you're saying.
They
Ain't
do.
just like music. When you perform, you got a beat and you got, they can ride with the rhythm of the song. But in poetry, they listen to every single word. Your words are valued. Rap artists, they words ain't really valued. Like I started listening to some of these lyrics on the radio. I'm like, they really saying this? Like, I've never paid attention to the lyrics, and now you pay attention to them. Like, oh no, this is not what's up. So but they focus on our words. Our words are powerful. So and then that energy they give to you, especially when you go off that feedback they give to you, that's a different type of energy. Like what is your experience on that stage?
Well, I've been a featured poet at open mic nights at the Doc Bookshop out here in Fort Worth. And of course, that was up under Mike Glenn's tutelage. He was like a mentor for me. And when he felt like I was ready, he gave me that slot. And so to be able to share like 3 or 4 poems in that setting and know that everybody is there to see the main, like they're there to share what they have, but they also there to see the featured poet. And I was like, okay, I gotta show up and show out. And so like when I hit that stage, it's like it's just a different feeling. You know what I'm saying? I stepped into lyrical Q. I'm no longer Nikki. I'm lyrical Q. And it's all about the poetry. It is out, and the energy, the feedback they give you is like, it builds that confidence up a little more. That's just my opinion. Yeah.
Lady Crucible. So how like when you're on that stage, what is that feeling like for you?
Ooh, man, when I tell you when I first see, I've been writing poetry since I was a kid, but when you first hit that stage, man, it's like your stomach drop, your feet get numb, your mouth can't move.
Look,
my first open, when I tell y'all, I was so nervous that I just tried to speed through it so I could just like get it over with, but I kept stumbling. And then I started getting frustrated. And I just knew I fucked up. And they was like, no, calm down. It's okay. She was like, breathe. And I was at the Promontory Fire Pit. I'll never forget. She said, breathe. She said, now take your time. She said, now give it a try. And I did. I stopped. I took that breath. And I was like, you know what? I got this. And it's like the fire. I imagine we were at a literal fire pit. So it's like the stars, the heaven, and the universe must have really came together, because as soon as I opened my mouth, the flames just rose, and I was like, What?
Oh yes, get it? Yes,
Mm,
ma'am.
What? And it was that when you talking about the best feeling in the world.
mm,
It's like, man, when I tell y'all I gotta get back at it, I gotta get back at it because I miss the presence. And you not lying when you say people hang on to your every
mm.
word. When you got a
Love.
person sitting in the audience that can repeat exactly what
What?
you
What?
said verbatim,
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
mean, you felt that. And it's
Look.
like, I didn't
That's
think, at
amazing.
first, I wasn't even confident about my poetry at first. And when I started realizing, I had people, where you be at? Where can I find you at? And it was like, wait, you be listening to me?
Hmm.
You actually like what I said? I didn't
Hmm.
realize you be surprised. Man, when I tell y'all that's the best feeling in the world.
Look.
It's like if somebody listening, that means my poetry is not just helping me, it's also helping others.
Hmm. Look.
Yeah, I totally
That's a
agree with.
fact.
I can totally agree with that. With you on that. I did a poem called "Amazing Fixation" at one of the open mic nights, and I'll never forget because I put a lot of time and effort into that piece. And somebody came up to me when the show was over, and they was like, "You did so dope, but can you tell me the word tetraplegia that you used? What does that mean?" And I was like, "Dang, you was listening. You was listening real hard because that was at the
Look.
very beginning of the piece."
Mm.
Right.
Mm.
Mhm.
That's fire though.
I mean, like, I think my first time ever on stage, I was probably as nervous as you could possibly be. Um, I already told TK and some others about it, but it was at this place called More Epics, and I mean, it was one of the hottest spots in Atlanta at the time. It was on Mitchell Street, and I actually wrote about it for tonight actually,
Mm.
about my first experience,
Uh,
and
thank
um
you.
and Atlanta don't cut you no slack, bro. Like they
Mm.
they they straight cutthroat. Like if you
Mm.
garbage, they gonna let you know you garbage, bro. Like for real, for real.
Mm.
And
Dang.
so I'm like, I paid my little $10 to get in the door. I paid my little $15 to get up on stage and do two piece. So I get up on stage and I'm nervous. You could hear the shakiness in my voice. And like Lady Crucible, one of the poets was just like, yo, go up there, breathe, sit down on a stool if you want to, whatever, but just make sure you comfortable. And then so I sat there for about a good 10 minutes and they started playing this little jazz beat. So soon as they started playing the beat, I went into my piece and it was like I drowned out everything that was in that room.
Mm.
And I did the piece and it was called Mahogany Blue. And it was one of my first poems that I had ever performed on stage. And like I told you, that's how I got the name Knowledge,
Mm.
because I met King Malachi from the Dungeon family. And he was like, yo, that was really dope. He's like, you got some knowledge, this, that, and the third. And they were like, yeah. And he was like, what's your name? So I told him my government name,
Right.
and he was like, nah. He was like, that's not gonna work, bro. He's like, you
Yeah,
gotta
be
have
something
a
else.
you gotta have a name. You gotta have a name. So from that point on, I was knowledge, and when I got on social media, after COVID and all of that stuff happened, you know, uh, that's how the name Obi got attached to my name, because I was doing poetry nights on different social media platforms, and I drew a lot of the Nigerian crowd. So the word Obi means king.
Mm.
Mm,
So
mm.
So everybody started calling me Obi. Nobody was calling me Knowledge. The only thing they would call me was Obi. So
Mm.
I kept saying, so every time I would do something, I would always say Obi Knowledge. So whenever I went to somebody's page or they platform, I'd always introduce myself as Obi Knowledge.
Mm.
Whether I was doing commentary, whether I was promoting somebody, whatever I was doing, I was always Obi Knowledge online. But
So how
when
look? So how important it is to have a poetry name? Is it? You think that's something that you have to have?
I'm going honest. Like if you would have asked me that a couple years back, I would have said it's very important.
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays, no, it's not that important because your poetry speak for itself. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And when you know you dope, like cause one of the poets that I really admire out of Georgia is Tamika Harper and Abyss Graham.
Mm-hmm.
And they when they made it big, they stopped using their poetry name
Mm.
and they started using their government names. And she actually has a holiday here in Georgia named after her.
Mm.
And he's been all over. He's been to Europe, France,
Mm.
all of them. Uh, one of my one of my one of my one of the another poet that I was a big admirer of was to me Teresa Songbird. She performed at the White House. You know that poem "You So Black."
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's her.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I grew up on stage with people like that, and so like those were hard acts to follow. You know what I'm saying? And like I just continued to sharpen my pen. And
Mm.
eventually I got into the slam scene because I was like, I can't sit here and keep reading from my notebook. I gotta memorize this stuff.
Yeah.
I gotta know how to freestyle. I gotta know how to freestyle. If I forget a
Mm-hmm.
line, I gotta know how to piece it back together and make it make sense. So 4 or 5 years go by, I'm going from poetry scene to poetry scene, and I mean the adrenaline that rushes through your veins when you performing, it's like nothing else you ever feel. I mean,
No, that's a fact.
so like if you use your government name, just make sure somebody put some respect on your government
Look,
name.
see, I like with me. I feel like TK the poet is a different entity. You know, that's a whole different person. When I'm in TK the poet, I'm not Tedrick Burns. That's a whole different energy. You know, may say some things that Tedrick Burns would never say. You know,
But
and
see, that's
and
the
they are
thing.
two separate different. I have a poem. Look, I have a poem. Me versus me talking to TK the poet, and TK the poet talking to me.
Right,
I
right,
have to share
right,
that with. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do a video to that and everything. That's gonna be a different type of vibe right there. But I really had to have a conversation with myself. And and
right.
some of the most difficult conversation you have is with yourself because you can't lie to yourself. You know.
Well, that's the thing, about poetry. Like you said, poetry it's in its own lane. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It has its ups and its downs, but poetry allows you to do things that music doesn't. It allows you to do things that R&B doesn't. You know, and the importance of our words um holds so much weight. it's almost like a burden because you have to stand on your word no matter how big or how small it may be. You got to perform that piece to the best of your ability.
So, question to y'all, real quick. Question, Lady Crucible. Is it important to cater to the crowd or just be you?
Me, I be myself.
Okay.
I give it. I gotta be raw. I gotta be me. If I can't
Okay.
be myself, I'm not spitting.
Mm. Look, man. Look, I had a problem at one time. I went to this event, and they were like, "Well, there's no profanity." I'm like, "What you mean no profanity? I'm a grown ass man. You can't tell me I can't cuss."
Right.
Like all the stuff that's going on in this world, and you telling me that me saying
I've been
fuck or
told. I've
shit
been
that's
told the
gonna
same
offend
thing.
people?
So
And I'm
basically,
like,
what you do
nah.
is you just find a harsher word instead of the
Look,
word you usually use. And
look,
then the words you use, you're gonna have them sitting there going, wait a minute, what that mean? You're gonna have
look.
something on Google, literally, while you spitting your piece. What's that word mean? What? Wait a minute, what? She used that word?
Yeah.
I don't know how. I don't
Yeah.
know how. I make words stick. They don't
Right.
even look like they go together, but they go together. What Sexy Red said, tell them hoes we go together. Literally,
Look,
that's how my
look.
words go.
Shorty Rock, I'm gonna ask you this. So if you know that you have your poem was said and they tell you, oh, you can't cuss in none of your poetry, are you still performing your poetry?
Um. Oh yeah, date bacao, chaletan. What are you just saying? I'm sorry. What the
I
fuck?
say
Um.
if you go to an event and they
Oh,
tell you,
I'm
Shorty
sorry.
Rock,
I'm
you
sorry.
got some
I just
cuss
cussed.
words
I just,
that we don't like in your poetry. We don't need you to say these words. We
I'm
need
sorry.
you to
I just cussed
censor
at
your
you.
poem.
I just cussed at you in Spanish, and I'm gonna cuss at you in English. Get the fuck out of here. No,
Look,
I'm gonna do it in a couple of languages. There's no way. No, bro. I
mm,
checked my ID at the door, baby. Freedom of speech is a lovely thing. At last I checked.
mm.
I mean, almost
But
every
you
piece I own has a
I'm
cuss
just saying.
word.
I'm saying I pick my words on purpose. So unless I'm going into a church, I don't understand.
Look.
but you know,
Right.
I've actually had to do that though. I've
I,
actually had to like literally go back and rewrite a piece because like okay, so there's this place called the Hodgepodge Cafe here in Georgia, right? And it's a kid friendly place. So it's like a cafe and an ice cream shop wrapped in one.
Mhm.
And on one side they sell ice cream, on the other side they sell coffee and donuts and all that good stuff. But on the back end, it's like a little lounge area where you can perform and whatever, whatever.
Mhm.
So if you cursing in there, you have to literally find words. I'd pick a word out your brain that emulates the word that you want to say, but you can't say it. So remember how I told you when I first came on the show, like I really had to do my research, like I was in the library and
Mhm.
everything, like you really gotta do your homework. Like you really gotta find words to replace other words because I've even been in slams where I couldn't curse. I've been in venues. I was in a library and my poem had the word that what people refer to as boo boo in it, and they wouldn't allow me to say that sh word in the library. So I had to say, I had to find a way to express that without saying those words.
that's
You
easy.
know, eh,
Look, let me tell y'all a story
I'm
real
saying, but
quick.
I'm saying that word's easy to find.
Right. Look, let me tell y'all a story real quick. So I was at this poetry slam. They said they told me, "Oh, you can't cuss." I'm like, "What?" Now I can't cuss. I'm like, that's kind of crazy because how I catered my material, every word that's on my pad fought their way to be on that word on that pad. So if it got a cuss word in my poem, it's meant for it to be there. It meant to say fuck or shit or no, it's describing some those words. It need to be there. So when I was doing my poem, and I got to my cuss word, and I was trying to think of another word or bleep it out, it messed me up. So then the whole time I'm like, man, like I just couldn't get over not saying that word. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I said the word fuck. And everybody looked at me like, oh. I'm like, y'all shitting me, really? Cut the shit. Like, shit offends you? Fuck offends you? Like, oh, come on now. What world we living in now? So I got through my poem, but like I can't believe y'all clutching your purse because I said a couple cuss words. Like I didn't shot the president or some shit. I'm like, bro, y'all good? Like I really want to stop in the middle of my poem. Like, bro, y'all good? Y'all need some water? Y'all okay? I shocked y'all a little bit. Y'all cool? But what? Let me go ahead and get through this poem because these people acting brand new, like they just whole sanctified and filled with the Holy Ghost. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? Y'all got it. Y'all got it.
I'm
So I
saying
mean, have
based
y'all
off,
ever experienced like that? Go
I'm
ahead,
I'm
Shorty Rock.
saying I haven't had an experience like that, but based off of a crowd, if I had a crowd like that, I would pick a different poem. But based off, especially based off of how I write, some of mine's just hit differently, and I would not want a room full of old biddies crying anyway. So I ain't trying to do that to them. So I gotta pick my poems very carefully. So I'd probably pick something like Shades of Black or maybe Boss or something a little on the lighter side. Definitely not none of my racy poems. Nothing
Right.
spicy. Maybe Kingdom would be good. Maybe Double Entendre might be nice, but I
Mm,
ain't going that far into my selection. No, we
look,
good. We good. Because other than that, I might make them feel some type of way.
look. Let me see. Let me see. It's a poem that I want to share with y'all. Let me see if I can bring it up real quick. Let me see. Now this poem right here. When I heard this poem, it kind of made me switch up, my poetry style and stuff like that. 'Cause I'm like, I kind of like, how she presented, but this like a 13-year-old video, and the poet is Kai Davis. Let me see if I can bring it up real quick. Um, let me see. Okay.
Is it the F
Okay.
I Look Like by her? TK?
Uh huh.
Is it her F I Look Like?
Yep.
Man, I love that. I love that piece.
Can y'all hear it?
Uh-uh.
Oh, you can't hear it? Hold on. Let me see.
Mm-mm. I hear a
Hold
bunch of
on.
kids, but
Uh-uh.
I don't hear no poetry.
Oh, y'all. You hearing the kids in my background. Find a synonym. You like doing that shit. You also seem to like judging a book by the color of its author. They know it's the weekend.
Hold on. Let me see. Oh no, this seems like it's running slow. Hold on. Wow, man, I really want y'all to hear this poem. Hold
Me
on, let me
mugging
see.
from the back of the classroom, talking about existentialism like a motherfucking boss. It's not your fault. Niggas can't vibe with me either because as soon as I raise my hand for anything other than a bathroom break.
Okay, let's start it back over real quick.
Fuck, I look like.
Okay, let's. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, I want to. Can y'all see the screen? Can y'all
Yeah.
hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay, okay. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can play. Let me mute the music. My computer want to act slow today, so I don't know. It kind of acts special today, but let's see if we can get this going.
Like, no, really. Fuck, I look like. You look like I look like you got me fucked up. Is what I look like. You looking at me like I'm not supposed to be standing here next to you. Like we in the same class, but your idea of advanced is too advanced, and my mind can't match you. I think it's my vernacular. How I got half the consonants and twice the apostrophes, so my philosophy can't be valid. Like I speak slave and you speak slave master. This isn't a plan.
Look, I don't know, man. It ain't working. I don't know what's going on. I'm out here in the boonies, so the signal might not be that great today. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
saying when you post
Oh,
this
okay.
when you post this video, just post a copy of that clip too. Post
Mm-hmm.
the
Okay.
video with it,
Okay.
so that way we can watch it.
Yeah. What's her name again?
Said the lady wrapped a box
Ty
Kai
Davis.
Davis.
to her face. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She said
Cause
Tierra is she.
Yeah.
I think I've heard that one before.
Yeah. I mean, look,
I
and
mean, she
download it
started her
and
shit
put it
out
up
like the fuck.
later. So, but that poem, Kai Davis, what the fuck I look like. When I seen that her energy, I'm like, that's it. I like that energy. Like because it's just a passion and like y'all really got her fucked up.
Right.
And when I heard that, like I like, okay, that's different. That's different. She talking. She was talking. And so, I kind of adapted that same talking mentality, in my poetry. So have y'all ever heard something that make you feel like, okay, I ain't gonna copy that style, but I'm gonna put that into my poetry a little bit, a little splash there, a splash there. Have y'all ever seen something like, okay, I like that. Let me try to
Hmm.
remake that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have, but I'm one like when I go and to an event, like I was invited to an erotic poetry event here in Atlanta next weekend. And as much as I want to go, what I'm saying, and perform, I can't perform because I'm gonna be somewhere else. But um I sit back and I study people's style. I watch how they spit, you know, how they start this. They start off fast and then they slow it down. I study their breathing techniques and stuff like
Mm,
that. So, when it comes to studying somebody, I look at it that way because people, you can never 100% copy somebody's style. You can
right.
never 100% copy somebody's style, but you can use intricacies of somebody else's style.
Hmm.
Um, like I love how Eminem starts off spitting fast, and then
Hmm.
he'll have like these little pauses where he'll take a breath and then he'll slow his rhyme down and then speed back up.
Mm,
Or like common sense
Can we
where
turn it off, please?
or like common sense, where he'll start off really calm and then he'll get real aggressive at one point
hmm.
or real militant at another point, just depending on the subject matter of the song. So like I study stuff like that, their
Okay.
mannerisms and stuff like that. you know
Okay.
I think that's what helps us as poets or as writers sharpen each other's pen. You feel what I'm saying? Because we have to understand the poet that we're going up against,
Mm-hmm.
and
So
the
hold on,
type of.
so hold on, not to cut your wisdom, but that's a good segue too. Let's talk about some poetry like league. Y'all are potential, poets that's gonna be in the league. What will be your thought and your process going against another poet? So look, I don't know if y'all know this is all in the paperwork, but before the match, you will have to send in your poem that you're gonna do. So it's not like a person go first and you can rebuttal whatever poem that you want. No, you got to submit your poem in first, and whoever poem is better wins. So, what will be your preparation going against a match? Just say, OB knowledge. Let's say you were going against Lady Crucible. What would you do? Would you study her poems and see what her style like so you can act it? Like what would be your process to, leading up to the match that you have with her?
That's like asking me the secret recipe in my spaghetti sauce, bro. I can't do that.
Mm,
I can't do that.
mm.
And
You
then
see
I'm
me,
telling on
I
my.
throw a little hint.
Cause see, that's to cause if I tell you that, then if I tell you that, then she gonna go and she gonna look at what I do, and she gonna
Mhm.
be like, I see how he coming. You feel what I'm saying? I like me.
Well, I'm gonna just let you know what to know.
When
I'm gonna come aggressive, although I'm an aggressive writer. So
yeah,
Mm.
I already know you an aggressive writer, but the thing about it is, it's I'm gonna if I do anything, and and this is just me. I'm gonna just study her content.
Mm.
You feel what I'm saying?
Mm.
The type of poetry she writes versus the way she performs her poetry.
Okay. Okay.
Because everybody has a style,
Mhm.
but nobody can completely imitate that person's style.
Mhm.
They can try, you know what I'm saying? Like, um, like just a couple of days ago, I was listening to Poe Pimp, you
Mm.
know, and I'm sitting here vibing, listening to the song PIMP ology, but logically be learning this,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm
I
and
was
when he gets to
yeah.
that part, that when that
Mhm.
part where he starts spitting fast, I'm sitting there like
Yeah.
Pull up in my
and I
CK.
realize
DI double AC flow, AC flow.
AC
Got a box
Hey.
hoes.
from a pimp.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right, right,
Go off then.
right. So I'm like, I'm like, okay, I need to get Q's piece, tuned to my voice.
Mhm.
And I met them growing up. Like I was like maybe 10 or 12 when I met them. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? They came to my they came to my middle school and performed. You know what
But
I'm
how
saying?
all is that gonna prepare you for a match? How is that gonna prepare you for a match though? What are we talking
because
about?
I'm gonna study how she thinks when she's
Mm.
performing. Cause see, when you
No, hold
study,
on, hold on, knowledge, Lady Crucible. What would you say about that? That they say they can figure you out.
Well, see, that's the thing. You'll never be able to figure me out because you really don't know
Mm.
who's coming. See, you might
Hmm.
get Lady Crucible. I have alter egos.
Okay.
So it
Okay.
depends on which one you get. See, Lady Crucible can present herself on the platform, but it
Mm-hmm.
might be Lady Nia's knowledge that's gonna drop that day. Or it might be High
Mm.
Priestess's knowledge that might drop that day.
Mm.
Or Elixir might decide to grace the stage. Just
and
saying.
see,
Mm.
You never know who
and
you're
see
gonna get.
that's why you study your opponent, and that's why you study your opponent. You feel what I'm saying?
But she said she got different
Cause see, you
different
could get this
personalities she can go to.
still,
Right,
you
but
could get
you
this,
have
or you could
you
get
you
her, or you could get this. You could get this one right here. I can even come at you in my child voice and still get it on and popping, sir.
Mm. Look, she
but
said I can
again,
switch the tone.
but again, you still have to study your opponent. You feel what I'm saying?
She
No
said there's
matter
no
who's
studying her. You
no
said
no
she's
no
not a
no
stud. You
no
can't
matter
study
who.
her.
You can
I
only
can't be
you can
studied.
you
Mm.
you say that you say that you say
Hey,
that,
she
and
said she can't be
I
studied, man.
appreciate your confidence, and I appreciate your
Mm.
confidence, and I appreciate your confidence. But I have multiple sides to me as well.
Okay, talk
But
heavy.
I'm always gonna be true to myself. I mean, you may catch me
Always.
you may catch me on a DMX vibe one day,
Mhm.
and I may be on a Andre 3000 another day. You may catch me on a Twister day. You know what I'm saying? But I'm always going to stay true to myself,
Mm. Lady
because
Q, lyrical Q.
Yeah.
So just say you have to prepare for a match. You know,
hmm
you're preparing for a poet. Do you even care about what the other poet may say, or you just focus on your material?
honestly, I'm just focused on my material
Mm.
and making sure I bring my A game and a really tight piece to the table each time.
Mhm. Because the most difficult thing about this is you can't rebuttal. There's no rebuttal going on. You have to
Mhm.
submit your poem. So the poem you submit has to be that one that you feel like, okay, no matter what they come with, this is the one.
Mhm.
okay. So I have a question. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I'm sorry. Q. I'm sorry. I apologize for
And
cutting
like
you off.
you didn't, you didn't. You're good.
So I have a question, right?
Okay.
So
Oh.
if we're only allowed to submit one poem, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How are we supposed to gauge the content of the poem if we're not given a category or a premise to the
That what
subject matter of the poem?
that what makes it
I
difficult.
I need that right quick. I
That what
was
makes it
wondering.
difficult.
I was wondering if we was gonna get like some type of like
Because if I submit a love poem, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying, and then the other person submit a revolutionary poem, you know what I'm saying, and it may have some accented love
Mm-hmm.
quotations in there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I automatically lost that match
No,
because
not necessarily. No, because we're judging off your poem, not the style of your poem. We're not judging off. See, look.
you
So,
you
okay.
you
So, look. Let me break it down to you. So, there's five categories that that you're gonna be judged on. One is penmanship. One is wittiness. One is believability. One is substance, and one is the delivery. So that has nothing to do with the style of poem or anything like that. You're working on your penmanship. How did you pen your poem? Your wittiness. What was the letter? Was it Cat in the Hat? Dr. Seuss? Was you believable in your material? Did we believe what you were saying? And the substance, what was the substance in your poetry and your delivery? How did you perform your poetry? Did you stumble? Did you slip up? Any of these categories, you can look and see. That's the thing, any of these categories, your poem can be better than the next person's poem. But those categories that you might slip up in, like in your delivery, if you slip up or you messed up, that may play a major part in your scoring. So you can have a person can have a better poem than you, but does it meet all the criteria that it needs for the judging scale? So, just like if your delivery, just say your poem was good, but you messed up two or three times, and the person delivered a poem flawlessly, they might have a higher rated than you in that category. So it's not
but
based off,
what but what
what
I'm
style.
but no, see, See, that's the thing, and that's why, I have that's why I have hold on one second.
Okay, okay. But that's the justice system because it makes it fair all across the board. Anything that you might slip up on, it might be taken away. If your performance is not good, your delivery, you fumbling, stumbling over your words, they might play a major factor in your scoring or your
So,
believability. If your poem is talking about pain, but we don't hear it in your voice, we don't hear it in the poem, then it's just like we don't believe it. We
so
don't
the only
believe.
reason why you're asking, the only reason why you're asking for the poems to be submitted beforehand is so when we deliver them, there's no deviation from what we submit.
Right, that's a fact.
Okay, that's no problem.
Because let's say it's Shorty Rock go first, and I hear Shorty Rock poem, and I'm thinking like, okay, I got a poem that can beat that. Then it gives the advantage to the person that's going second. So just to make it fair, everybody got to submit they one poem before for the match.
But see,
So now it's based
how
on
do you
one
get
poem versus. Go ahead.
how do you gauge how do you gauge um consistency, performance, delivery, all of that off one poem that's submitted based on a category, and we don't know
Okay, so the reason,
what
so
the
you didn't hear, but the reason why the poem is submitted beforehand is so that when we go to spit, there's no deviation from what we spit.
I heard that part. I heard
Right.
that part, but what I'm saying is, you like, what makes that difficult, because I've been in competitions before,
Hmm.
is that when you spit, everybody's supposed to stay on the same subject matter, and the subject matter has to stay consistent with
Hey, hey,
what
hey! See, this is Portrait Life League. Hey, it hit different.
it
Hey,
may hit it
hey,
may
your
hit
poem,
different.
like you might have a love poem, right? And the next person talk about civil right. But what if they love poem hit harder than that civil right poem? That you can really feel the emotion, everything that
that that that
it's based off a poem. It's not
I
based
don't
off
I
of your
don't I
style.
don't
It's based off
I
your
don't
voice.
I don't I don't know about that. That's a little sketchy, because
I think
because
I think knowledge is. I think you need some help. Knowledge. Wave your hand if you
nah,
need help. Because
it's not about me needing
oh,
help.
I don't know.
It's
Sound a little
about
shaky.
coming to an understanding, because like, I got poetry for days. Like, I
Okay,
mean,
okay.
I've been writing poems since this whole started. But now I'm hearing that, I submit one poem, you submit one poem, and I don't know what kind of poem we're submitting. There's no selected category. There's no
Right. Because
there
now
there
that opens up the gate because you don't know what that person gonna bring. And see, and that what makes it so difficult because you don't know that it's so open. That person can talk about any and everything. You don't know exactly what that person gonna bring unless you study your opponent and figure out okay, this is the type of style that they have. So since
No, because that goes back to what Lady Crucible said. That goes
mhm,
back to what Lady Crucible said. You can't study somebody if you already have a piece, and you know that piece cannot be changed. You feel what I'm saying? That goes back to what
that's the
she's.
point. That's the point. So, Lady Crucible, hear me out. Hear me out. So, do you understand? Do you get the gist of how it's supposed to go? Do you feel like that is a fair way to do it?
Well, I'm gonna say it like this here. Last year, I entered this competition called, and it was on Clubhouse,
Hmm.
called the Grand Griot competition.
Okay.
Now we were given different topics to write off of, but also in between we had freestyles where we can choose what we wanted to talk about. But now I had like one, for instance, we had this one minute when I say 1 minute video, no voicing, no nothing. It's just a rock in the middle of the street, and everybody walking around, just stumbling over, tripping. We had to come up with our own concept of this rock. You ever seen somebody have a conversation with a rock? Because I had a conversation.
Rocking in a hard place. Look.
Exactly.
So
in these type of competitions, you never know what you gonna get, because I had another person in that same concept. She made love to the rock, and I was still trying to figure out. I was a little lost, but then when you really sit back and just listen to the words, it's the wordplay.
Right.
It's the words that touch me. Like he just said, you can come out with a love poem. I can come out with some of the most hardcore shit. But you might have some lines in that love poem that's gonna shut me down.
Shake the building. Look, I'm trying to tell you. It hit different.
I don't know. That's something I'm gonna have to really sit back and marinate on, because that brings a whole.
If you scared, just say you scared.
I'm not scared. I'm never scared. I'm never scared. I'm never scared. But I mean, I'm never scared. I've walked into plenty of competitions, but I've never walked into a competition. It was like a freestyle battle, unless it was like a freestyle battle, not knowing what the subject matter is. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I've never walked into a competition not knowing what the stakes were.
But there never been. I never told you there was a subject matter. I said one poem versus another person's poem. There's never been a subject matter. So if you have to pick the right poem. Learned about poetry. You have to pick the right poem.
One thing if you don't pick the right poem, you always got to be prepared.
Look, that's a fact.
Man, but that's like I said, that's like a real big open window. Like that's
it is. That what makes it different.
That's a real big open window.
Are you a professional poet or not? That is the question. Are you a professional poet or not? Are you willing to get up there and show the people what you got, despite of what a next poet may have? See, if you're confident in yourself, it doesn't matter what the next poet brings. If you really,
it's not about confidence. It's not about confidence, because no random competition that I've ever been in, never had a subject matter. Never not had a subject matter.
So what are we talking about?
I'm gonna go for what I know, but I'm just saying I'm gonna go for what I know, but I'm just saying that's new to me. That's all I'm saying.
So you saying the competition that you was in before never had a subject matter, but this one don't have a subject matter. So what are we talking about?
No, I said I've never not been in a competition that did not have a like if
I don't know why
if I went into a competition and one of the subject matter was revolution, the person did their revolutionary piece and I did my revolutionary piece.
Oh, and then what are you gonna do if I start going off on you right now and we ain't got no subject matter? What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna freestyle the shit out of some shit.
Okay, then. So what are we talking about?
I'm just saying, like, you just said one poem versus another poem.
Obi gonna make me get in my bag real quick, man. Obi gonna make me get in my bag real quick, man.
I got one in the chamber right now.
Let's go.
Just saying. Let's talk about it. I gotta really gauge this.
Oh, man, it sounds like you look.
Well, hold on. I'm finna give you some. I'm finna give you something to gauge real quick, Obi.
Look,
it's called Venomous Crossfire.
Talk.
I wasn't born a rapper, but I got a lot to rap about. I wasn't born a rapper, but I got a lot to rap about. Been out here scrapping. This gang shit had me caught up in the rapture. These niggas pulling triggers, hitting the wrong targets. Bodies landing in caskets, playing the game ass backwards. They out here thugging and mean mugging. Now no one is saying nothing because artificial intelligence is doing the arguing for them. These beefs be auto-generated. You just repeating what a robot created. Yeah, my words leaving you in devastation. Your voice now desecrated. And the survey says you ain't slaying nothing. Just out here gum bumping. Your tongue doing a lot of double dutching. End of discussion. Go wallow in your own dysfunction. Like Mortal Kombat, get over here. Roundhouse kicks in different stratospheres, leaving your ego bruised and tinted. Please don't tempt me. My hands has a habit of going ballistic. And in the next dimension, these multiple afflictions, and no one wanted to listen. So fuck them. As scribes are writing my scriptures, sound bites, raping the rhythm, this road leading into the unforgiven. No inner vision. Is it all just fiction? Spitting deadly venom, poisoning my victims. My fragility is written. Foreclosed on my mental. As shooters, wisdom is very essential, but I never paid attention to realize I was slipping, and I was the cause of my own fragility. Point.
Talk heavy. Talk heavy.
That was
Talk
nice.
heavy.
That was nice. That was
Gauge
nice.
on that. Do you want to gauge
That
on
was
that? Do you want to go
that was
next, Obi?
nice.
Or do you need a
That was
subject?
nice.
No, my
You
dear,
want to
my
No,
go
dear,
next, or do you need a
no,
subject?
my dear, that was fire. That was fire. That was fire. That
Fire.
it
was fire. That
was.
was
It
fire.
was
That
that
was
was super
fire.
dope. But see, if I was to do a poem, if I was to do a poem against that, not only would I have to write something, but I would have to write something in reflection to what her subject matter was. But
What? If we
yeah,
going right now, you telling me you have to tell Lady Cruz about you just went off, but I can't go after you. I got to sit down and write something, then I come back to you in a couple more days to spit it.
no,
What are we
I
talking
mean
about?
not in a couple more days. Like I would just have to sit down and really pen something real quick. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, if I was to spit freestyle right now off of what she just did, I couldn't do it. I'm gonna be honest. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest because the metaphors that she used, the similes she used, you know what I'm saying? Uh, that's not something that I would not sit there and pretend like I could
Obi,
use those same.
look, hold on, Obi. Let me show you how it's done then. They say love our black queens, but they make it hard to with their attitude, the disrespect, see the movement of their neck. And they expect to keep them on this high horse. I told her Samuel Jackson, Jamie Foxx, because they ain't never seen a nigga on a nag. But you know what gets me mad? They don't see this king because they passed her like we did it. Having flashbacks of they past and it's too vivid. Well, okay. I did it to some women in my past, but this not then. And all I'm trying to do is win because they ain't nothing like black men. And yes, we are losing our value like the American dollar. But you know what's fouler? We raising our kids in the same manner. But you know what gets me madder? We keep on screaming, Black Lives Matter. Okay, Queens, I get it. Y'all so strong. Y'all been holding down without a king for so long. Y'all so INDEPENDENT. But do y'all know what that means? You want a man, but don't need a man. When you get a man, you want to let a man be a man. Because majority of that time, you have to be that man. You want to continue with that plan? See, don't get me wrong. See, I love my black queens. But do y'all know what that means? See, I love the will that y'all have to keep fighting. It's exciting to see no matter what y'all persevere, it's done without fear because failure not an option. But I know y'all tired of feeling like y'all in the auction. How y'all been giving us the best y'all had to offer, like love, sacrifice, commitment themselves, not shrinking when times get tough. But we act like that's not enough because we only see money as value. We skip right past the foundation. Good, strong black men see through all the smokes and mirrors. We see other men's errors. So let me make it clearer. I was raised by a single black queen. And y'all may ask, so what does that mean? That means I done seen men enter her life. At the same time, take a part of her life. See all the arguments, the abuse, the abandonment. Damn it, man. I became those same men until I heard my mama voice. Son, you seen what I've been through. For you to turn out to be those same men that's disrespectful to me. Because I kept you in the best shoes. I paid rent when the rent was due. You never seen me cry because I never wanted you to. And you became these same dudes? Not cool. Now you have these women questioning who raised you. Okay, mama, I hear you. See, I was like Urkel, messing up and tripping over everything until Stephon appeared. That's when I realized how to change too. Because I couldn't remain being the same damn fool. Because now I have sons. I got to teach them this is what you don't do. So when they get their wives, it's going to be in a different tone when they ask them, who raised you? So I get it, Queens, why some of y'all the way y'all are. But you have to leave that hurt and pass the drive far. See, let me start by saying, I apologize for all the men betrayed you, hurt you, thought they had a better option. Like, nigga, fuck you. Always told you lies that was not true. And 9 out of 10, Queens, it's not you. It's us. The one that see your homeboys messing over their chick, and we go over there and get these niggas high fives. I can't lie. As men, we need to do way better. Willie Lynch. We need to start reading all these slave letters and get our ingredients right. And add some original spice. Because everything don't need lemon pepper. And you ain't no stepper till you step for your family. And be a stand-up man daily, not annually. Because it's affecting our black queens and young kings badly. But sadly, we both need to do better. Well, I did it. Who need a subject? I don't need no subject. What are you talking about?
Okay, but if
What are we
I was
talking
to
about?
judge, if I was to judge your poem versus her poem, but if I was to judge your poem versus her poem would have won because your poem was your poem was a relationship poem, and her poem was more of a hood poem. You know what I'm saying?
But what
So
does
her
that
poem would
matter?
have won.
So why
That's what
would
I'm
her poem
saying.
would have
The
won?
content, both contents were excellent. Both contents were excellent, but the subject matter of your poem does not outweigh the subject matter of her poem.
But you're not being judged on
Especially
that. You're not being judged on that. So what are we talking
so
about?
what are we being judged on? What
Look,
what are we what is it?
I just went through that. See, that let me know you're not listening. You have to listen. You have to pay
No,
attention.
you
So look, the judging categories is penmanship, wittiness, believability, substance, and delivery.
so wittiness, believability, substance, and
Delivery
what?
and penmanship.
Penmanship.
Okay,
Penmanship.
okay.
So what
So
category
that's the
does it
only
make?
that is the only thing that you're going off of.
That's the only
So if
thing you're
that's the
going
only
off of.
okay, so if that's the only thing that you're going off of, then you could write about Cat in the Hat, and that would be it.
What? Okay, Opie. we just gonna cut the shit, man. We just gonna cut the shit. You telling me that
I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you.
a person can cook up
No,
a cat and a half
I'm gonna
poem
submit my
and that
poem.
will
I'm gonna
win?
submit my
Oh,
poem.
come on.
I'm gonna submit my poem. Don't worry. You'll see when I submit my poem.
Look, I
I'm
think
just
Opie's drunk off the juice, man.
no. I'm
You
not
drunk
I'm
off
gonna
drunk
the
give
off.
you
juice?
a prime. I'm gonna
I'm
give you a prime
I'm
example.
I'm
I'm gonna give you a prime example.
no.
Last year,
I got
I
enough
went.
examples.
Hold on, let Lady Chris Crucible talk.
We were in the
What you got?
slam. We were in the slam. We were in the slam contest, right? And everybody,
Mhm.
it wasn't no specific topic. In the slam contest, people come how they come, and we had one lady
Mhm.
that came with her life story.
Hmm.
She
Mhm.
had a cadence. She had the perfect ending, and
Mhm.
a lot of us we came hard. We came hardcore, and
Mhm.
she won. I got to see, she won, and it's because it was believable.
The believability. You have to draw the crowd. If that's one thing about the competition, like it's the believability. You might have a fire poem, but what is the level of your believability in this poem? Do we believe that you're saying? If you're talking about pain, do it sound like pain? What is your believability? That's different aspects in poetry, and that's why I like judging the penmanship, everything. It judges every aspect of poetry. So you really have to expand your pen, and it's just like if you lack in one area and you thrive in another area, that can really hurt you. So this league is
Yeah.
to make you an all around
Okay.
poet.
So
Work on your penmanship, work on your
my
wittiness, work
next
on your
question.
delivery, work on your substance. This
So
these
my
all
next
five categories are here to make you a better poet.
my next question would be this: are you the poem, or do you have to perform it from memory?
No, I already told you. You can read your poems.
Okay. Enough
Opie,
said.
I just that poem that I
Enough
just
said.
read. I don't know nothing from him. I'm gonna
Enough
let you know that
said.
now.
Enough
I have
said.
racing thoughts, so I don't know nothing from memory. I read
Mm.
everything I just read to you was read off my
Look,
phone.
look.
Okay. Okay.
So that's
Enough
why it's
said.
delivery. You can still read, but if you can deliver it flawlessly while you reading it, it wouldn't affect you. But delivery is
And
based
that's
on if you
one thing a
skipping up.
lot of people taught me when you, especially when you performing on a stage, because a lot of people don't know from memory. A lot of people read out their books, they read off their
Hmm.
phones. But if you still got the cadence and the delivery, and you can hold their
Hmm.
attention with that
Fact,
phone in your hand, you
fact,
unstoppable.
fact.
Well, I mean, that's fact. That's fact. But I was just trying to understand, how this is gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Because once I submit something, I want to make sure that whatever I submit is gonna hit in all the right areas. You
But
feel
that's
what I'm
on you.
saying?
Look, that's on you to choose. That's not for us to decide. When you
No,
submit your poem, that's on you. So if you lose because the poem that you selected, that's on you.
I'm not worried about losing. I
I
mean, if I
don't know. It
lose,
sounds kind of shaky.
I'm
It
not.
sounds shaky.
I'm not worried about
I'm
losing
looking at it as
because
fun.
I'm not worried about losing because even if I lose, I still win because I was a part of I was a part
Okay,
of the
talk heavy.
movement.
Talk heavy.
If even if I lose, I still win because I'm a part of the movement. But no, I'm just trying to understand the structure of how things go. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm trolling you, man. Obi, I give you a hard time from time to time, but it's all in love. But we gotta keep it a dollar, man. A topic really don't matter. For me being a poet and me being a competition, I don't matter what you're talking about. I'm gonna come and perform and do what I have to do. I want to leave a taste in your mouth, and you like, man, that was some of the best poetry I didn't heard. His performance on point, what he was talking about is on point, his delivery is on point. That's what I care about, my performance and what I got to present to the people. Now, Lady Q, a lyrical Q, she can bring whatever she want to bring to the table, but I got to be electrifying. I got to be that times 10. So
I agree. I agree.
when
I
I'm going
agree.
against someone, I'm gonna
I
be the
gotta leave
best
a
version of
valuable
me.
impression.
Look, facts.
I
I
agree.
want it to be where when a person hear my pieces, they thinking back 6 months from now, like, dang, I remember when this poet said woody
Look,
woo woo and still
talk,
able to repeat
talk.
you verbatim, line for line.
That's a
Oh
fact.
yeah, I
For
feel
you to
you. I
remember,
feel you.
a lot of us just write like me. I just write
Mm-hmm.
and I share. A lot of the times, I don't even stop to think
I do
that
too.
somebody's listening.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even stop to think that somebody listening to me. I didn't even know I had a whole fan base out here. I got
Talk.
folks listening to me in Germany and the Philippines and all. I just be right.
Mm.
That's
Yeah, but see,
awesome,
that's
man.
that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I
Look.
mean that is wonderful. That is wonderful. Um, yeah, it's just like that's just something I've never experienced before. It's not about it's
But
never
hold
no
on, hold
fear.
on, hold on, Obi. You ain't never experienced nothing like Poetry Life League either.
Well, no, I've never experienced. I mean, like
So let's
this is
talk heavy. Let's talk heavy. Hey, it hit different, man. You can't get the same
you
if you're
right,
doing the same results as everybody else. Then you just a clone of everybody else. But when you come
but
to
it's
Poetry
No,
like you
Life
said.
League, everything.
It's like you said in the beginning. Um, everybody's used to the house or the favorite or
Mhm,
people who come to certain slam shows and they already know that person's credibility. You know what
mhm,
I'm saying? So that's what I come from. I come from the house poets, the slam poets, the who's favorite, what kind of subject matter they normally come from. So
mhm,
that's what I come from.
well,
So
now it's
that's why I
time for you to
said.
worry about making yourself the favorite.
mhm.
So yeah, so
But now
that's
it's time
that's
for
that's a
you.
new
Stop
approach.
worrying about them. Stop worrying about the house favorite. Make yourself the house favorite.
Look, talk.
Well,
Make your
I've already made a name for myself, so it's just about coming to the poetry league with a different mindset.
Mhm,
So now you know, what I've started writing, I gotta go back and reconfigure because
Why you have to?
I'm already 19 poems in. I'm
Mm,
already 19 poems in.
I'm already you 19 points in. I'm 41 in already.
See,
mm.
you see what I'm talking about? So we already
I'm
moving
41 in already.
Look, talk,
so
talk.
and this is new material. So it's like this is stuff I haven't even got copyrighted yet. So like I'm just like, you know,
Ain't none of
Talk
my
heavy, shorty. Talk heavy, shorty.
I'm trying to for
47
any and
minutes.
everything. 30, 38, 38 matches, 38 different poems. I gotta
Well, no,
make
no,
sure I
no.
gotta have.
So we shortened it. So it's not you're going to do 38 matches. You only gonna have 23. We shortened it because we didn't want that heavy load on all the poets and stuff like that. So we shortened the workload. You're gonna go against every poet one time. So the total matches you have in this season is 23. So we lessened the workload
Is
because
that
that
is
was
that
kind of
with the
expensive.
same is that with the same poem, or is that with a different poem each time?
With a different, I mean, it's up
different
to you.
poem each
If you
time.
want to use the same poem over and over again, I don't think your record would be that good. So I mean, if you want to use the same poem over and over again, we're gonna leave it up to you. I mean, that's
Well,
that's like
you said submit one poem. That's why I said, you know what I'm
I'm talking
saying?
about per match, per match. We ain't talking about one poem, throughout the whole league. This is one
That's
poem
what
per match.
that's what I'm looking for. Specifics. You know what
How
I'm
do you,
saying? I need to know.
Josie, come on? How do you miss that? Everybody caught that.
Nah, man. Look, like I told you, I've been in many competitions, man, and I've gone against people with the same freaking poem. I'm telling you.
Hey, shorty,
All
shorty.
I want to know is, can I get a pink jersey with my name on it? That's all I want to know is, do the jerseys come in pink?
I mean, look, that can be a deciding factor because I'm picking four colors. And you know what though, on the cool, when we get up off of this, I'm gonna go in a group and make a poll. And I'm gonna allow the poets to vote for what color jerseys that they want. Because it's gonna be four
Yeah, because
regions,
I want
so
a
it's gonna
pink
be
one.
four different jerseys. Well, it's gonna be four different jerseys, but more like eight different jerseys because you can have a home and away jersey. So it's gonna be four different color schemes and stuff like that. So I'm gonna post it in the group and see what colors y'all want. I'm gonna let the
Okay, well,
poets choose.
if you post
Okay.
it in the group, please make sure you actually send it in the group because I didn't get anything in the group. I didn't get a message. I
And
told you I did something. I did something. I don't get messages anymore.
Well, I can say this: like, I need y'all to check in the group on a daily basis because this might be informations or anything like
I'm
that.
saying I'll check the page, but I'm saying the group messages. I don't get the group messages anymore.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. And you called my name for a reason. You said it my name for a second.
I was saying, Shorty. So, when I said you had to submit one poem before your match, did you understand that that was just for that on one particular match?
Yes.
Okay, okay, I got it. Okay, I'm just making sure. But but it's
okay,
gonna be
so
fire though. So I mean that's the thing is you gotta submit one of your poems before your match because we don't want you to like you if Shorty go first and if she do her poem, then you be like, oh, I got a better poem than that. Let me go ahead and switch up the poem that I was gonna do and do a better one. I don't want that. I want you both y'all submit one poem before your match and so we can know exactly what poem that you're doing.
okay, so when are we submitting them by email, or
No,
are
you
we submitting them to
just
you?
just the name of the poem.
Oh, okay. So just
Just
the
the
name
name.
of the
Yeah,
poem. We
so
don't
we can
have to
know.
send. Okay,
You
okay.
don't send. You
I
don't have to
got you.
send a physical copy of the poem. We just need to
Okay.
know what's the name of your poem and what poem is you doing, so that we know. But if you do a poem that you didn't submit to, and like, oh, that's not that poem, then you forfeit that match.
I got you. I got you. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense.
So this
I
is all
want to
just to
make
keep
sure.
it fair, to keep it honest, and to keep it a buck. So.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. I feel you.
So it's all about seeing who really is the best. Not switching up when you feel like I can come with a better poem. No, it's based off what poem did you choose to submit for that match. Do you think your poem
Mm.
is can be any poem that a person have, or do you want to switch up?
Well, in my point of view, I mean, everybody that I've ran into thus far are great poets.
Hmm.
Very skilled with their pen. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? The the only thing that I look forward to in this whole thing is just learning from other poets. You know what I'm saying? Learning the different styles and the different cadences and how they deliver their stuff. Because like I said, I've been on stages and I've won some, I've lost some, you know what I'm saying? And the one thing that I've learned is that you never say you've never lost. Never say you never lost, because there's always an opportunity or always a chance you may lose.
Hmm.
Never say never. You know what I'm saying? So, and never say you better than anybody else, because you don't if you
But
better
look, but look,
unless
but I mean, in this league, if you got the stats to prove that you are that person, if you become champion of Porsche Life, you can say, "Hey, I'm the best in Porsche Life." No, you have
well, if
accolades
if
to
if I win
say that.
Poetry Life, and then I'll use that as my bragging rights. But
Right,
but
fact.
up until that, I'm gonna stay as humble as possible, because right now I don't know who's who and what's what. I
Look,
just
and
know that.
that's the dangerous part. You don't know until everybody starts spitting their porch and you start doing your research to figure out what is what, who is who, and stuff like that. And once we get the website up, all the matches will be on the website, so you can go ahead and do your research. Then figure out, okay, this is my next appointment. Let me go to their profile and look at some of their poetry and see what they got. So is you can do your research like that. So it's going to be very interesting, though.
I
Who
mean,
going
it sounds like it. It sounds like it.
like
And I appreciate the opportunity to even be involved. It's gonna be something special.
look. Look, we get into like the hour and 30 minute, but let's get into some poetry, man. We didn't talk about Poetry Life League. We didn't got to know a couple of y'all, man. Shorty Rock, man. I need you to rock with me.
Oh, is it my turn? Is it my turn? Oh,
Yeah, I need you to rock with me. I need you to take center stage and rock the mic one time.
okay.
Okay, man. Shorty Rock, it's on you.
Okay. All right. Let me get you guys off the charger real quick. Bring me. What's good, shorty? How are you? I hope you can rock with me, cause I can and will instigate chaos just by whispering syllabic nouns and conjugative verbs. The Creator birthed me under the stars to have 10 planets in alignment with me, giving a divine connection, signifying duality, choices and echoing pathways between the spiritual and earthly realms. Born with the smell of the ocean ingrained in my bones, naturally a baby girl. Purple sunsets, grandparents, and so much family. Hiding was impossible. Love in abundance. Raised where we make and the world takes. The boogie down is a playground, and the scoop kill isn't all brotherly love. Based now in the South, but apparently I speak a different language and drive totally too aggressive. Stand for something or fall for anything. Your word is your bond, so it shall be written, so it shall be done. Don't let your mouth write a check your ass can't cash. because someone else is the bank and they will happily bounce your ass to next week. Yes, I'm daddy's little girl and a tomboy. So don't get mad. I'm capable of anything only because he said so. 5'2", fun size, yet bigger than the giants. I love to drive. So get in, buckle up, and keep your hands where I can see them at all times. This will be a bumpy ride. I become Geppetto, manipulating words like a marionette, delving and diving. Make believe becomes reality. I will exist in your brain. Sapiel, siren, herald, let me serenade you into eroticism like the four strokes of an engine. Suck, squeeze, bang, blow. Lubrication is always required. To firmly depress on the pedal until hard, hold until I say release. Proceed with caution, slippery when wet. Falling in love is a ghost story. Not everyone sees ghosts. Don't fall for the perfume, it won't last forever. And please understand, she may not have been the first to say it, but she said it the best. I am an artist, and I am so sensitive about my shit. I'm Shorty Rock. Peace.
Shorty Rock, Shorty Rock. Hey, amazing, amazing. Strictly amazing.
I love it.
She said what she said and meant what she said. She said she's
Look,
sensitive about her shit. Y'all heard?
look, fact.
Yeah.
Look, that was fire, man. Look, Shorty. I like that one. I like your energy on that one. It was
Yeah, it
fire.
was dope.
Mm-hmm. And see, and that's what I'm saying. Like about this lead, it doesn't matter about what style of your poem is. We're judging off your poetry, not the style of it, not how aggressiveness you are and stuff like that. We basing off different aspects of poetry. And this is better because like in poetry slams, they just give you like I think you a 7.3. That 7.3 means. You gave me a 7.3, but can you tell me the reason why you gave me that? But see, in this, you have a judging scale with four poets. Well, most of the judges are poets. So, but you have four judges that grading you on five different topics. So it gives you a breakdown what they felt like. How your poem was. Did they feel like it was witty? What was the substance about? What did you deliver it perfectly? What was your penmanship like? Was it wrote masterfully? Or was it just real simple? It based off of every aspect of your poetry, and it really pushes you to be the best that you could possibly be, especially being in this league when you have dope poets. All y'all are very dope poets, so that what makes it even harder because y'all are really dope in your own lane. So it's like you gonna really have to buckle up, and then also it makes your pen better. It makes your content better. Y'all gonna create some most powerful pieces because you want to win, and these pieces are gonna be amazing. And that's one thing, and two things that that we could take away from this Poetry Life lead, that y'all finna do some amazing stuff. Y'all finna do some amazing stuff that other poets haven't even thought about doing. So shout out to y'all and stuff like that, man. Obi, you the only one here that haven't gave us no poem yet, man. What's up, man? Hold on, you on mute, man. I'm unmute you, man.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, okay. Say, man, look, Obi, we gonna give you the center stage, man. I want you to go walk one time. Obi knowledge to the center stage, man. It's on you.
As a poet, recognition is something we strive for. The accolades, the recognition of our pen, though. What happens when nothing else is there? No pen, no pad, just random thoughts that get caught inside your head. Where's the peace? Those unspoken words that yearn to be heard, like newborn children that have never been seen, yet they want to be adored, fighting for attention, though there's nothing there, nothing in sight for you to use. What do you do? My pen is my thoughts and my pad is my voice. My instrument is every open space and anyone who will listen to me. The streets of Atlanta have never cut me any slack. The first place I was on the corner of Mitchell Street. More epics. Center stage sent me to reality where poetry, this was my poetry puberty, never gave me any choice to say fuck it. Just paid the tolls to perform and then go home. Then the Apache Cafe. Everybody was there. Poets, rappers, singers, even musicians. Listen, spitting and dancing to music in every way. It was like Hell's Kitchen. It was a competition. The steep was hot. Everybody was unique. They had their own style. No copycats. Just let me run so I can go and get my poem. I knew I was drawing people into me, attracted. The tension, see. It was the reality that I was standing on street corners for homeless people, performing, hoping that they'll drop $1 in my cap. I was hustling poetry for pennies, just for help, so I could get to my next function. But I said, fuck it. 2 tears in a bucket. Hope you can find the seed so I can see the light. See, all I wanted was a Coke and a smile, and every day these pages keep walking away. I can't stay. This pipeline of poetry became like food to me. See, all I did was stack books, took new hooks, took verbal scriptures out of pages in history books. These were the things that I had to go through as a poet because hustling poetry is all I knew. I wanted to be the best, but I found out that being the best is just being you. Poem.
Fire, fire. Look, fire, fire. Man, is what was that freestyle or?
No, I wrote that.
Oh, you wrote that? Okay, okay. Cause you know you be freestyling, man. You be freestyling.
No,
So you know.
that was. I told you I wrote something about my first experience on stage.
Okay,
Like I
that's
literally
fine.
used to get, I literally used to get on street corners and perform poetry for food, so I could
Mm,
get my meal before I got on stage. I would
mm,
perform poetry, and I would go to the poetry spot. I would make sure I ate before I got there because I didn't have no money. All I
mm,
had was what I could. Well, all I had was what I. All the only money I had was what I had to get into the club. So if
Now,
I didn't eat before I got there, I wasn't. I wasn't going.
so did you write that, or is that a freestyle?
No, I wrote it. Like literally, just wrote it. Like right before I came on the show.
mm.
And the paperwork right there in front of you. You know,
I'll show you.
Look, that's fire, man. Look,
I'm saying you read it like it was a freestyle.
I wrote it.
I'm saying you read it like it was a freestyle.
Oh, you mean I wrote it as if it was a freestyle? No, I write like I talk.
No, you read it like it was a freestyle.
Oh, I read it like it was a freestyle. I mean, I wasn't trying to. That wasn't my
no,
intention.
it's just not just how you deliver it. Cause you know you're a great freestyler. So you know I don't know when you freestyle on the right because you know you fired at both. So you know that's a shout out to you because you know your written sound like you like that's fire though. Ain't too many people has that ability to do that. Like I said, you know that is a gift that I wish I had that I can come up with words right off the at the top of my head. I'm a writer. You know I have to write pen everything I say. So you know for you to even have that ability, that's fire, man.
I mean, I actually came on I came on the broadcast at exactly at 8 o'clock,
Mm,
and when you weren't on, so I just was sitting here writing poetry.
mm.
So while you were doing whatever it is you were doing, I was just sitting here penning, some stuff. I penned a poem about my epilepsy too.
Mm, mm. Okay, man. Lady Q, man. We got like at least about a good 20 minutes left on here, man. You got any more poetry that you want to spit up on here? Like you gave us one that was fire, man. Like, man, I need another one, man.
OMG.
Do you have another one? You know what? I ain't gonna hold you. I kind of rocking with this beat though. I kind of like this beat that's playing in the background, man.
Yeah, it has a old school ghetto boys type feel to it.
Right.
Like back when Bushwick Bill was still alive.
Rest in peace,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, most definitely.
Well, Lady Crucible, you have another one while Lady Q get right? A lyrical Q get right?
I definitely do.
I would never go on a road trip.
This one is called The Face.
Mom and my daddy.
Okay.
With my friends, I'm not going on no.
Lady Crucible, it's on you.
All right.
Let me see if I can put it.
His shoulder looked like.
You sitting in front of the devil, yet worried about a demon. As I'm on demon time, not pressed for time, bulldozing shadows, I own the line. Pretty soon you can check me out on Amazon Prime. Where the wicked unwind. This face of evil, like Evil Knievel, jumping through flames to find the people. Like Pennywise, making you float downhill, swimming in your own nightmares, got you feeding on fear, exploring the darkest moments, as stolen souls keep snoring. My evil penetrating mirrors never leaving smoke in the mirror. Reflections of shadows with a smile so twisted, cutting like a knife, turning corners like taking lives. Underneath the street lights, gritty emotions collide, leaving you with nowhere to hide. The ghost in your mind, the voice in your ear, whispering, making it clear. I'm that rage in your heart when the world goes cold. I'm always in control. Decisive and angry, you might want to run. I'm the storm that's coming with the hunger for pain, dark thoughts swirling like smoke. Don't get too close, you just might choke. These twisted reflections contorting the shadows. Let's play a game where this evil face is a player and nothing's the same. This face of evil wears many masks, unraveling layers if you dare ask. Matter of fact, you could just kiss my ass. I'm that chill in your spine, the crack in your smile, making darkness worth your while. Your heartbeat racing 1,000 miles. You don't know what to do now. Drawing you near, this face of evil you'll always fear. Remember my name when the clock chimes. I'm internal, also sublime. The whisper of chaos, the thrill of the crime. This face of evil, I'm on demon time.
Okay. When did you write that one?
That was dope.
I wrote that yesterday.
New shit. You got some new shit?
I'm always doing.
Okay. So, man, look. Anybody else got any poetry, man? Cause look, y'all got me in my bag that I want to, drop some.
All right,
poetry, man.
I got a freestyle on the top of my head right now. If nobody
Hold
else wants to
on,
go.
Shorty, had a hand up first. Shorty,
You
you
can
got
let
another?
Obi go. He's got a
Okay,
freestyle. Well, you can let him go. I've got a written piece.
okay, let's go. Okay, Obi.
The day I met poetry is the day I was born. I didn't
Is
realize what
anybody
I.
else what's the call messing up?
Okay, I can't. Somebody else isn't breaking into the cast. I can't hear.
Is there something
Hello.
going on with the sound?
I'm
Can
I'm I'm I was trying to perform, but I can hear Lady Q.
Let me see.
Hello.
Yeah, hold on. See. Okay, see, it was something wrong with her mic. It was something wrong with her mic. She back on. Okay,
So
okay.
you want me to start? You want me to
Yeah,
start over?
yeah. Start over. Start over.
Okay. All right. The day I met poetry was the day I was born. Not literally, but metaphorically. It was like it took control of me. It gave me something to live for. A way to write out my pain and understand that not everything stays the same, but I wish I had time to explain. See, the day I met poetry is the day I met the world. I was able to open a book and take things out that made life make sense. I could read anything, travel the world as if I was in Paris or France, England or London. Everything made sense. The language, the cadence, everything I had, it was like I'm a madman living in a wondrous land. Alice in Wonderland couldn't understand how these blues and yellows, purples and greens always seemed to have the same color, but always had a different dream. Like Martin Luther King said, I did have a dream, but that motherfucker got messed up. So now what the fuck are we gonna do? But like I said, when I met poetry, it birthed me into a new reality. Because now being a part of me, it runs through my veins. And the stains in my veins now come out like ink. And not the good kind, the bad kind, the one that's thin but it still leaks. So I'm able to see the inconsistencies, so I can now pick out the cryptic messages that always come through the frequencies. So now the ink has dots, 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 zero, dot, 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 and all over again. So now the messages I have to begin to decipher, because now my lines have been rewritten in a script that mine can't technically understand until I take my pen and use it again, writing each one out with used ink so I won't be the one to sin, writing my own lifeline out so I won't have to start over again. Being born into poetry, metaphysically, mentally, spiritually, became who I am. I had to understand that poetry and me, we were a fan of each other. Poetry was the mother, and I was the son. And when I picked up the pen, that's when life begun. Peace.
Fire, fire. Look, that was a freestyle.
Yeah.
Look, fire, fire. Look, like I said, I don't have that capability. If I could freestyle, I would, but that's beyond me. Let me stick to the pen and pad, and let me still write this amazing stuff. But Shorty Rock, are you ready to rock the mic? Okay, okay. Shorty Rock is on you. Let's go.
Okey-dokey. All mics closed. Okay. The load. Thank you. Thank you for all you do. How silly of me to forget to tell the world how perfect you are. A constant reminder of how much better, how much more I can be, how much of nothing I am without you, that I should know my place, that I am irrelevant. Justified self-neglect masquerading as heaven, only leading into hell. A growth dredged through silence. To know the importance of this, the incumbency that shackles you, tooth and nail, rattling the soul to vibrate, to feel this Pressure, creating a vice grip on the lungs. Each exhale, making breathing harder. Burdened like Atlas, shouldering the world. Exhaustion is lost to exasperation, twisting defeat in silence. The consequence of thriving is the invalidation. An everyday episode syndicated better than any show. Unprotected, unclaimed, unsupported, and loved by those branded the same. The overextension of good grace is a cradle about to fall. Raised with tradition, religion, and structure just the same, to still be met with opposition and contention. Burying humanity behind the shame casted by others. The significance of existing is to be addicted to the detriment, struggling all to be miserably happy, instructed, corrected, reprimanded, and criticized, for offering an opinion, for having neurons, a right and left hemisphere that will regenerate cells if damaged. Continue to deny the morals, intelligence, strength, and resilience as aggression, which is a resting bitch face at every turn. Barricaded from the trauma, just to be surrendered to the magnitude of pain. When the souls of the past are never at ease, doomed to repeat history, a festering scab never to heal, only changing form through time. Beaten, slain, chained, guilty until innocent, gracing others better than they bless you, harboring a message of destruction contained in a heart so deprived of love. Seeking leads down roads not meant for trespass. Cries of hope echo, dreaming of a reciprocation that will never come. Tears to dilute the ink, inconsequentially never dulling the affliction. The gravity of love is a black hole, intent to swallow me whole. I have no more strength left in these arms for this weight. I need to protect me. Peace.
Shorty, that was the best I heard you spit that poem. That was the best I ever heard you spit that poem. That was fire. I liked your pace in it, your pauses. It was very engaging, intimate, and you drew people in. I'm closing my eyes and I'm drawn in your pauses, and you did that perfectly. So shout out to you, Shorty. Yeah,
Thank you.
man, we got lyrical Q. She's next on the podium. Lady Q, go ahead and do your thing.
Okay. All right, you guys. This one is entitled Depression in the Flesh. It's dark here and quiet. I only hear my thoughts, yet the silence is so deafening. The cold is as piercing as an IV needle, and the scent of despair, discontentment, failure, helplessness, and lack of self confidence fill the already stifling air like bad fumes in an unventilated room. Damn, I say to myself, because all too soon I begin to recognize this room where I always feel doomed and time again in this kind of 8 by 10 size tune, like a set of lips to a cigarette my heart inhales, filling my emotional lung to full capacity with gloom. No lifeline nor exit sign. Hell, I'm looking for any way possible to send out an SOS. Help, rescue needed. Whether it be smoke, signal, Morse code, TTY mode, or Braille, I'm drowning in a sea of indescribable emotions, sinking farther into the vast ocean of depression that I've ever experienced before. My mind is racing. Mentally, I'm pacing. I stand up to get my legs moving along with my thoughts. I'm pacing. I'm pacing. I don't want to be in this emotional state and continue to feel alone, secluded and cut off from others as if having depression calls for a quarantine zone. I'm pacing, unsure of what's ahead and what I'll be facing. Anything has to be better than this depression that's for years been on my heels chasing. Yet forward is my journey. I'm pacing. I'm pacing. I'm retracing. There's no replacing, no erasing. So to hell with these doctors and their therapy and different types of meds. To hell with trying to unscramble and formulate words out of the thoughts and emotions jumbled up in my head. It's a tough pill to swallow when accepting that no matter the amount of tears shed, encouraging and supportive words said, no prayers prayed. Reality is having to acknowledge that the two things that I dread. One being that there is a part of me that, simply put, is already dead. The other, unfortunately, is knowing that the person I am now is a product of what trauma, fear, and pain bred. I'm pacing. Anxious and in total distress, I'm pacing. Myself, I'm having to assess. Now I see and accept. Time to confess. So I stare at my reflection in the mirror and see that I am the dark room, depression in the flesh.
Let's go. Let's go. Look, I'm impressed. I like it. I like it. I like it. Lyrical Q, you got some. I
Thank
like it,
you.
man. You can write. You can write.
Can can I do this last piece?
Look, we got time for one more. Look, Obi, I'm gonna let you end the night with the last poem. So Obi knowledge. Let's go ahead and get this poetry in.
Dear Epilepsy, I know it's been a while, and I know we've known each other for years, but aren't you get when are you planning to leave? I mean, it's been 46 years, and aren't you tired yet? I mean, I know I am. Random fits and falls, shaking, and seizures in the middle of my sleep. I mean, I know you feel what I feel. So what's the issue? Why do you continue to plague my mind with these misunderstandings and unnecessary moments? Confusing, waking me up in the middle of the night just so I can fight and bite. Chunks of my tongue come out missing. Blood splatter. My eyes bloodshot red. Pain all over my body. From jerking and convulsing. Head drops. Letting my fingers get hot. I forgot that the medication was a part of the situation, providing my body with chemical reactions and balances that I cannot forget. However, I see you, but do you care? Thank you.
Ob knowledge, man. Look, that's the one you wrote today.
Yeah,
Okay, okay. Hey, new shit, new shit, new shit. Hey, look, I appreciate all y'all poets that came up on here to display y'all talents, y'all thoughts on different things. Talk about the league, Poetry Life League. We running it July. It's going down. We're gonna have your merch and stuff like that. So prepare for a lot of dope poets that's gonna be in it. It's 24 poets that's got crazy work. They got crazy poems. So it's gonna be one poem after the next. You're gonna see the greatness. You're gonna see the development of new poets, and you can see poets coming up in themselves. So get ready to be entertained. And I think every last one of y'all for stepping on this platform. Hey, I want y'all to tell the people again who y'all are, where you from, and where they can find you at. And we're gonna go ahead and get about this piece. OB Knowledge, go ahead and tell the people who you are and where you from.
I'm Obi Knowledge. I'm from Chicago. I live in the ATL. Um, you can find me on TikTok at Obi Knowledge. You can find me on Instagram at Verbal Doctrine Productions. You can also find me at Pharaoh Lifestyle at Instagram.com. Um, there's static in the background.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead and get your bars off.
Okay. You can also look me up on Google, and you can find me on SoundCloud. You can find me under Knowledge, and you can find me on Blog Talk Radio under Hot Words Lyrical Theater. So those are some old connections that I've made, that I've reestablished. So I appreciate y'all allowing me to come on the show. Gratitude, peace, and blessings, and y'all have a good night.
Okay. Lyrical Q. Tell the people where you at, where you from, and what you do, and where they can find you at on social media.
Okay. From Fort Worth, Texas, living in Keller. You can find me on Facebook, Lyrical Q, Original Poetess. You can find me on TikTok under Lyrical Q, Instagram, Lyrical Q as well. And I'm on, I have a YouTube page, Lyrical Q Poetess. And yeah.
Okay.
Reach out, follow, like, comment, follow, share, whatever.
All that gang. Hey, we got Lady Crucible. Tell people who you are and where you from, and where they can find you at.
Hey, I'm Lady Crucible. You can find me on YouTube as Poetic Priestess. You can find me as Lady Crucible on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook under Nia Coney. Again, I'm Lady Crucible from Chi-Town. Peace.
Hey, okay, Lady Crucible. Now we have Shorty Rock. Tell the people where you at and where they can find you at.
I am Shorty Rock on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. And I hail out of North Carolina right now. Make it easy for y'all.
Okay. Shorty Rock. And y'all already know what it is, man. It's TK the Poet. You already know it, so you ain't got to quote it. And if I spoke it, you already know what that means. Y'all wrote it. Poetry Life League, the Pen Sick. Get your gear. It's coming soon. Website's going to be up and running. So, don't worry about it. Y'all can get all this cool gear that we got. Poetry Life League, where poetry matters. And again, y'all know who I am. You know what I do. It's TK the Poet. Let's go ahead and get up out of here. Until next time, I holla.
Get the money with you or with your not. Get the fucking whip with the pot. Your corn, I invest up in the stock. Left everybody went straight up to the top. Don't care like me or like me not. See the I spin the block. Ain't gon' stop till see them all drop. Grave your field, yeah, I see the plot. Grave your field, yeah, I see the plot.